The sign my boyfriend made for my half marathon. I can't. You're impossibly fast and strong. We love this, okay? I mean, A, being supportive of your partner and being proud of them for running a half marathon. That's great. That's cool. We love to see it. But doing it in a funny way that you know your partner will appreciate, it's like the cherry on top. Like, we love supportive partners, but if you do it in a funny way, that's even better. Hello BabyQueers, and welcome back to my channel. I know we make fun of, like, weird straight people a lot on this channel because they do some shit, you know? But to kind of prove to ourselves, really, that it's not all straight people. Because we know it's not all straight people, but if you don't see examples of it, you kind of tend to forget it sometimes. So, you know, we gotta kind of reel it back in and look at some wholesome cishet people. You know, so that's what we're doing today. But either way, you know the deal. Before we continue, you're gotta get hydrated. So grab some water, or some tea, or whatever else you like to drink, and then we'll check out some more memes. Are you hydrated? Good. Let's go. I'm an alpha male dating a transgender woman. The people say our love is wrong, but I will never stop fighting for us. Listen, do I still think it's incredibly funny when people use the term alpha male, like especially for themselves? Yes, absolutely. Do I think you're probably a good person and aren't a complete douche? Which is rare because every other person who's a self-proclaimed alpha man ends up just being misogynistic and weird. And I'm really hoping that's not you. But still, that's because you're a straight man and trans women are women, so why wouldn't you? You know, if you happen to fall in love with one, why wouldn't you? But to be fair, this is still wholesome. I still think it's really funny when people call themselves alpha males, because it just seems weird. It kind of seems like a kind of thing, like if you have to tell yourself you're a certain thing over and over, you know, if you have to say, no, but I'm so tough, I'm so manly, you're probably just really insecure, but it's still kind of funny to me, and you're still very supportive of your partner, and I can't come for it. Before we got married, you already had your own PS4, but you sold it to buy my engagement ring, so I replaced it with a new one for your birthday. Happy birthday, husband. Okay, that's cute. You're like, okay, I appreciate that you did this because you wanted to get me a nice ring. But babe, you love gaming. We gotta get you a new PS4. And just surprising your husband with it, just be like, okay, sure, you did this so we can like have a nice start to our marriage, but I want you to have fun. So here you go. This is really sweet, especially because understandably, like if you have the type of partner who all they do is gaming and they don't pay attention to you, I can very much understand being frustrated and being annoyed with it, but just being like, hey, I want to support you because this is your hobby and it relaxes you, so of course I'm gonna help you do it because I'm your partner. Why wouldn't I want you to have fun? It's still really sweet, and I hope he was really happy about it, but I kinda have a feeling he was. Wait, I get it now. IKEA dates are powerful because you can walk through the store and imagine a life together. Yeah, I literally got my girlfriend to unbreak up with me by going to an IKEA store. Just as friends. We've been married for 15 years now and have 3 kids. How long has IKEA been around? My god. But kind of, because it can kind of just like demonstrate how much you do actually have in common, because you keep just agreeing on things and be like, oh my god, look at that chair over there, or look at how they set this room up, that's really pretty, and you just agree on it, and you just start to think if maybe it isn't worth another shot, or if maybe it's a shot in the first place, you know? And just kind of trying to see, because if you have a partner and you just constantly disagree about everything, that's just exhausting. And literally, I don't care if you love each other, it just doesn't seem worth it in the long run, really. Because if you just gotta keep fighting every day because you just disagree about everything, why would you? Like, I know it's sad, and I know it's not like an easy thing to be like, you know what, I love you, but we're just gonna break up because you have different tastes than me. Like, if you can make it work, great. But if it's just very obvious because you keep fighting about literally everything, it seems questionable. But anyways, thank you, IKEA, for helping people figure it out, I guess. Women or girls of Reddit, what are the cutest, most wholesome first date options that we guys don't think about? Okay, after having some extremely terrible first dates, I told the guy I was talking to that I wasn't really comfortable going on a date. One night, he asked if I'd like to run a couple errands with him. He took me to a store where we bought a bunch of candy, and after leaving the store, he pointed to this really old and small theater and asked if I would like to check it out. After the movie, he asked me if I was as hungry as he was and proceeded to treat me to a great dinner. This guy tricked me into a perfect date night. Listen, he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. He was like, okay, listen, I'm texting with this girl, and I really like her. And I really want to get to know her, and I kind of just like want to see how we vibe in person, so I'm just gonna ask her to hang out. We're not gonna call it a date, we're gonna be sneaky. And it's kind of fair. It's kind of fair, and it literally kind of worked. Because if she would have just like, after the store said she didn't want to go to the movie and would just like hang out in the car with you and eat the candy, and you got to chatting, that would also be cool. But he was prepared with options, and it's kind of sweet. He was like, okay, no pressure. We're just gonna walk through the store together, or have a nice IKEA date and get a hot dog or some meatballs or something. You know, it was smart, and it was really cute. Telling guys to man up, no, I'm gonna sleep on that. Actually listening and giving them the love and support they deserve. Okay, now you have our attention. Because again, why wouldn't you? I know it's a lot of men who say this as well, of, the only emotions men have is hunger and horny. You know, but you know that's not true. And I know it can be kind of uncomfortable to talk about your feelings, especially if you're like really not used to it. But does that mean you don't have emotions and that you don't need support? No. You're just trying to pretend you don't and making yourself more miserable in the process, even if you want to deny it. So, you know, yeah, actually, like, listening to them if they do want to talk about it, just like offering support or something is great. Like, why wouldn't you do it? Because guess what? Men are people. So obviously they have certain needs. So, you know, again, we love supportive partners who just be like, yeah, no, of course, I'll drive you and I'll like wait for you, you know, I'll be there for you. And then just like being so interested, be like, you know what, no, we're gonna take this a few steps further and just like kind of try to learn. So maybe we can practice with you if you want to practice at home, or if you just like want to do it for fun at home. And then just really getting into it. This is just so wholesome. And it's almost so funny to me. You have this room full of women and this absolutely jacked up dude who's literally just kind of serving. He's doing quite well. It took a while for him to get him there, but honestly, I would be just as bad. So, listen, sharing a hobby with your partner is great, to be fair, because then you can just like do it together. Is it also great to have separate hobbies? Yes, because it kind of seems very unlikely that you're gonna share every single interest you have with this person, right? But still, being supportive of one another either way is kind of a good way, or like a good thing to do in a relationship. Bro was probably tired of having to hold the cold ice cream, so he 3D printed an attachment for his girlfriend's prosthetic arm to have like an ice cream cup holder. A, that's brilliant. B, it's really funny. And second of all, it's just practical. Like, that's just practical. Because ice cream is delicious. But sometimes it gets like really cold on your hand, or it gets like wet on your hand because then it's cold. But it's even more of a struggle if you don't have a second hand to hold it with, and then just like have the other person hold it, and that's just like more difficult. This is just so much easier. And we love it. Like, I think it's kind of funny how obsessed some men seem to be with 3D printing, and then there are like videos of 3D prints you have to do as a man, and it's like all to do with like beer or alcohol or like soccer or some shit. And then there's this dude who's like, I'm obsessed with 3D printers, it's so practical, but I'm gonna be helpful and doing this. I'm very here for that. Then we have these really cute pictures. This dude grew out his hair for like 3+ years because his girlfriend has alopecia and, you know, doesn't really have hair, or it keeps falling out, to make a wig from her. Because, yeah, if you get synthetic wigs, they probably look kind of fake. If you get, like, real human hair wigs, they're kind of expensive. And also, it just seems kind of sweet to be like, hey, here, have a part of me to carry around. That's really sweet, because he knows that his girlfriend will probably sometimes get really insecure about not having hair, because especially as a woman, if you have like really short hair or no hair, people will always look at you weird, and it doesn't matter, but it still gets very frustrating sometimes to just be like, you know what, I don't care, I'm gonna grow out my hair so you can have like the cheapest wig ever, because, well, we just have to like find someone to make the wig, or maybe make the wig ourselves, you know, is really sweet.
What's that for?
What do you mean?
The cane.
It's just in case.
It's just in case for what?
David, I'm blind.
What?
Wait, do you not know that?
No.
I thought Rachel would have told you.
She didn't tell me anything.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. I think I would remember if she told me you were fucking blind.
We don't have to do this. I can just go back inside.
No, that's not what I'm not saying it like that. I didn't know. Why would you think that I wouldn't want to go on a date with you?
Most guys don't want to date a blind girl.
Well, I'm not most guys. Let me ask you a question. Can you still taste food?
Oh, yeah.
Can you listen to good music?
Yeah.
Okay, then why the fuck wouldn't I want to go hang out with you?
Are you cute?
No, I'm ugly as shit. I think the worst part is that I put so much into this outfit.
Got long hair.
Right?
It smells good, too.
So do you have like super smell and stuff?
No, I wish.
What color eyes do you have? That's beautiful.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't even looking. That was a booger in there. Just kidding. If you guess which hand I'm holding out, then you get to pick what we're eating.
Deal, yeah. Are we starting now?
Yeah.
Right hand.
No.
Did you just switch them?
No.
I think I just heard you switch.
No, I didn't.
You did. I heard
I
it.
didn't. Did you see me do that?
No, I can hear you. Yes. I've been lying this whole time. Thank you.
Oh my god. You want to drive?
I can't tell if she was like joking, like if she was actually just pretending to be blind, or if she's like joking about that she saw him switch his hands. But yeah, if you're blind, you get very accustomed to probably paying attention to little noises other people probably like don't really pay attention to. But this is just sweet. I mean, maybe if you set up a blind date for someone, this might still be important information, But this dude handled the not having the information in the best way possible. He was like, I don't care. I don't care. Like, I think you're cute. I want to get to know you. Like, who cares that you're blind? We're gonna make this work, you know, and just like see where it goes. So yeah, it really was a blind date. For one of you at least. For the other was just a normal blind date. When she holds my face and just looks at me without it getting weird. When she laughs super hard at a joke and starts to snort. When she can't describe something and she gives you that face when you accurately finish her thought. Moment of silence and moments of service. When she sacrifices a bite of ice cream just so you can try a new flavor. Times where the world seems to slow down and times where it seems to speed up. Where she completely forgoes any and all composure and does something hilarious. Seeing her face blush when I stutter trying to describe how beautiful she is. When she lets me brush her hair and teaches me how to braid. But most importantly, when I get to see her smile. Metal, when heated turns red, but when the heat is intense enough, metal turns white and melts. That's how I feel, at least, when I'm around someone like that. I don't know who you're trying to describe, but whoever she is, I don't think she has to question if you actually love her, because I really think you do. And you're very aware of it too. You know, and it's just really sweet. And that's kind of the thing I enjoy seeing. Like, I'm not the best with words, okay? Which is hilarious considering that I have a YouTube channel where I talk to you guys, but that's not the point. The point is I'm not like that good with formulating like heartfelt messages to a partner or something. But the people who like don't even want to try to be like, no, but I can't talk about this shit. Like, that's not masculine. It's really weird. So seeing someone being able to describe it or just being willing to try to describe how they feel is really sweet. This white boy came over a month ago and asked why my pillow was shiny. I told him it was a satin case because I need the satin case to maintain my natural hairstyle overnight. This past weekend I stayed over at his house after a party because it was too late to go back to Manhattan. And when I got in bed I noticed that one of his pillowcases was satin. I asked him why a white, nearly bald man needed a satin pillowcase, and he said that he bought it for me in case I needed to sleep over sometime. He didn't want me to ruin my hair on the cotton. I kissed the ever-loving shit out of him. And that's how you show a brown girl you care. Wait, update, he's my boyfriend. Our 1-year anniversary is coming up next month. New update, we had our 2-year anniversary on August 9th. We also had moved in together. And as we went through his stuff for the move, we found the last of those pillowcases he bought for me back in 2015. I sleep on it every night. Okay, hang on, 3 years as of last Thursday. I knew this first part, I didn't know there were updates. This is sweet. Because, yeah, obviously, like, if you don't need it, because white hair, or no hair if you're balding, then honestly, just asking out of curiosity seems really fair. But then just be like, no, wait, I'm really interested in this girl. I'm gonna get a satin pillowcase just in case she ever decides to sleep over. Because, like, who carries around the pillowcases when they go somewhere? You know? So, that's really nice. Like, little things like these to show the other person you care just make my heart melt. That's just really sweet. Some people are okay, you know? Some straight people are really doing okay out here. My brother and his girlfriend are the epitome of straights being okay. My big brother, 32 male, and his girlfriend, 30 female, are the absolute sweetest and most wholesome straight couple I've ever known to this day. Never once have I heard about them having as much as a spat. They're communicative, they do sweet things for each other literally every day, little and big, and they love each other so much. They still walk around the house calling each other boyfriend or girlfriend, and I swear it's the cutest thing ever to hear them go back and forth with "Hi boyfriend," "Hi girlfriend," with the most massive grins on their face. Like, they're always happy to see each other. They've always been so amazing to me as well. I've had my first beer under the roof whilst bearing witness to my first showing of Rocky Horror. My brother made a point to tell me how proud of me he was when I came out and asked me a bunch of questions that really made me feel seen in a way nobody else did. They were always safe people, even when home wasn't necessarily safe. I remember always wishing they lived closer. My family is kinda judgy and everybody had something to say about their relationship, but they never cared. They always took everything as it came and at their own pace. They're the nicest people and do nothing but compliment each other perfectly. They've been together 11 years and in 2024 they are finally getting engaged. Thanks for reading, everyone. And again, some straight people really just are okay. Like, some people really just aren't compatible but stay together for whatever reason, and it seems really weird to me. And then just be like, oh well, we've been together 5 years, I mean, we have to get married now. You really don't. If you don't think this relationship is actually really working, if you just stay together to not be lonely or because you're scared, I'm gonna have to question it. I'm sorry, but I do, because it just seems very, very weird to stay with someone, like, if you don't think it actually works, if you just don't even think you really love them, or if you're just staying because it's comfortable, but you know it doesn't really have a future. And then there are people like these, where it's just so obvious that it works, and they're just like literally just happy to be together, and are happy to see each other, and get excited about it. And if they, like, one of them is away for the weekend, they get so excited when the other person comes back, you know? That's already sweet, and I love it. But on top of that, I'm gonna have to give them bonus points for being good allies, to just be like, well, I've never really been around queer people, but you're my brother, and I love you, and I want to learn about it, you know, to know what it's like for you, and to know if, like, maybe there are things I can, like, support you with, and just, like, be interested and sweet about it. We love to see it.
여보, 나 사랑해?
사랑하지?
진짜로 사랑해?
사랑해.
정말로 사랑해?
아, 왜 이러실까? 하늘만큼 땅만큼 머리부터 발끝까지 사랑한다고. 사랑해. 됐니? 그랬어?
I can't with her laugh, actually, because I know for a fact that she's the type of person that kind of semi-regular asks her boyfriend if he loves her, and he just had it. He doesn't understand how many times he needs to tell you, and just comes up with such a fun way to do it, and kind of just like yells at you. Really, they're like, okay, for the millionth time, I love you so much. And it's just funny to me. And also this headband is really cute. I'm sorry, but it's just really cute. My grandpa left a surprise in my grandma's camera roll on her new phone. The amount of effort this man went through to leave a nice little surprise. Because imagine, like, you find out that it doesn't, like, perfectly match up to the previous photos, and then just, like, have to repeat it until you get it just right. I appreciate it. This is really cute and really funny, and we love to see it. He was gonna do this for his wife. And you just know for a fact that if someone, like, actually goes through the trouble to do this, they do a million other nice things for their partner as well. And it's really sweet. Especially because I know a lot of people's grandparents who just constantly seem to, like, bicker and argue, you know? So seeing, like, actual grandparents just still in love with each other and really being sweet to each other is very nice. My stepdad is down so bad for my mother. Your mom's great. Yep, she is. And also just this, not only being nice to your partner, but especially if your partner, like, already has kids, to just, like, make a point to let other people know how much you love this person. Not because you have to, but because you want to, is adorable. Okay, he's had it. Okay, he's run out of patience for you to actually figure it out yourself that this is what you need because you're busy and you didn't want to stop and like take care of your skull. But he was like, "Lol, I can't look at you suffer anymore. I cannot look at this any second longer." And just help you with it because he knows you. He knows you would have gone all day without like doing this for yourself. So he was like, "No, listen, we can't deal with this. We can't let you suffer, so we're just gonna help you." This is probably also the type of person who would literally get a satin pillowcase for the wife because he's like, "Well, I don't need it for my hair, but I love you and I don't want to ruin your hair, so we're gonna get satin pillowcases over here." My wife never finished a cup of coffee or a cup of tea if I didn't make it for her. I asked her about it once and her response was, "It just tastes better when you make it." Always makes me feel better seeing an empty cup. I often come to bed after her and she's a pretty heavy sleeper. Without fail, I'll get settled into bed and she does what I call the reach, where she'll start swatting around to find me. Once a body part is located, she attempts to crawl into my skin, all while asleep. Well, most nights I just lay there and kinda chuckle. It's the little things. I destroyed my knees a couple years ago in a dirt bike accident. On the bad days, she'll rub balm on it and lightly sing to me. Soothes all the anger and pain I have. God, I'm lucky. Thanks for reminding me. Not so grand as some of the gestures noted here, but when my wife and I go shopping and get separated, we will find each other again, and she always smiles when she sees me. Sometimes I'll wander off just so we can bump into each other and I get to see that smile. I've never told her this for the fear that she will become aware of it and stop. 28 years and she still smiles when she sees me. I get misty if I think about it too hard. Again. Like, it doesn't have to be like super big things that you do, and maybe you do little things that you're not even aware of. But just little things that your partner, that show your partner that you care about them, like doing little things for them, or just like being generally excited to see them and just like end up smiling every time you do bump into them again. You literally saw them like 2 minutes ago. He just went into like a different shelf row to get something, or just wandered off just to see that smile because he thinks it's adorable. It's really sweet. And really, we need more stray couples like this because yes, there are stray couples like this, but there are also too many couples in general that are very functional and happy together, you know? Okay, please look at the SpongeBob party I threw for my boyfriend's 25th. Okay, yep, you win the Girlfriend of the Century award. Instead of making fun of your partner for having a childish interest, like SpongeBob, you were like, no. Not in this household. We don't make fun of each other. We support each other and throw a SpongeBob themed party, and you did so well with it. Like, that's funny. And really sweet. And I bet he was really excited about it. Walked into a class of 200 to give this to a girl, and I got this text later: "I'm dead." Okay, can we read the note? Hang on. "You are one of the most beautiful girls I've ever met. Text me on this number unless you have a boyfriend. I hope you have a good day. P.S. I don't know, something about the Starbucks drink he brought her. Hello, Daniel. This is the boyfriend of the girl you gave a Starbucks drink to earlier. I'm texting you to thank you for making her smile and being very classy about it, adding that don't text if you have a boyfriend part. Anyways, we thought I should text you just so you know." Okay, this is still wholesome. Because this is kind of how it should go. You know, being like, listen, you don't have to text if you have a boyfriend or if you just don't want to because you're not interested at all. But just like being sweet about it. And then also, I kind of appreciate that the other people texted back to be like, yeah, listen, just so you know, so you don't have to like secretly hope she'll text eventually. We're gonna text you to let you know, but we're also gonna let you know that we're still grateful for it because it was still a nice gesture, you know? And that's really sweet. And honestly, just like walking into a class with like 200 other people in it, it took some courage, so good for you.
Gets flour for my wife today at work. I'm gonna give it to her and tell her I'm gonna love her until it withers away. It ain't quite finished yet, but I want to go ahead and give it to her because I'm anxious.
This is really sweet. This is probably the type of person that if you would look at him, you would probably kind of end up thinking he's one of those, or at least more leaning to the side of I'm gonna yell my wife to get me another beer type person because I'm exhausted from work. But no, he had some time at work and he made a flower, and now whenever his wife isn't looking, he's just gonna steal it and keep working on it to make it look more finished. And it's really sweet, and it's really nice of you, and I hope your wife is really happy with it because it's really sweet.
If you're gay, then you were born to slay. And if you're straight, happy Toyota.
Thank you, and I wish you well on your future conquests in slaying. May they ever be glorious and nothing short of epic. Slay well, my friend. Slay well.
This is a kind of allyship that's just funny to me. You just want to listen. Hey, I'm a straight person with a Toyota, and I appreciate it, so good luck to you. And it's just so funny. It's really funny. And also, what is it with straight people or straight men in cars? I don't get it. But good for you to have something you're passionate about, I guess. How I Met Your Mother quotes. Legendary How I Met Your Mother. It's going to be legend, wait for it, dairy. This one I just had to include because there's too many awful baby clothes. And too many really weird and weirdly sexual baby announcements. Because yes, we're all aware how babies are made, okay? But it's still kind of weird the way some people make these baby announcements. So doing something sweet, because you're like, well, we both really love How I Met Your Mother, so we're gonna use a quote from that for a baby announcement, just makes sense for you, and is really funny and really cute. And if you name your kid Derry, it'd be even funnier somehow. Girls, boys these days don't care about feelings, they only want sex. What boys really want. Well, listen, I hate overgeneralizations in any kind of direction, because will there be boys who literally only care about sex and don't care about your feelings at all? Yes. Absolutely. But saying that all boys are like that is also incredibly ridiculous, because, yeah, some people would rather like cuddle up with their girlfriend like this instead of just hooking up and then leaving again. So find someone who's looking for the same kind of thing as you. My marriage has turned into a nightly routine of my wife and I running down the list of reasons we should go to bed early so we can wake up and get shit done the next day. And then by the 675th cat gif on Reddit we both yell, "How the frick is it 3 a.m? Worth it though, I love her. Okay, listen, finding something that works for you and your partner, great. Finding time to spend with your partner, amazing. And if the only time you can spend together and like talk and laugh with each other is after midnight until 3 a.m, then understandable that you do this. I would be so tired, because I generally have to get up early and I would just be really tired. But still, it's still really sweet. It's really sweet, and I'm glad you're happy with it and that you love your wife, and by the looks of it, your wife loves you just as much. And it's really sweet and wholesome. Anyways, I cannot take any more of these wholesome people. I cannot take it, but in the best way possible. Like, it's just too cute and too wholesome. Whereas usually I can't take any more memes because it's too frustrating and people are weird. But these people are generally just okay and in love with each other. And while I think that should be normal for relationships, very aware that it isn't. So kind of have to do these videos occasionally to remind us that good people exist, you know? Anyways, I hope you enjoyed these memes. I hope you're hydrated. If not, maybe consider drinking something now, and I'll be back in a few days with my next video.